Multi-agent system inquiries surged 1,445% in 1 year. Every one of those teams needed the same 6 things. Most of them didn't know that yet. Autonomous agents don't just need a model, they need infrastructure. 6 layers, each with distinct requirements, distinct vendors, and distinct failure modes. Most teams building multi-agent systems discover layer 3 or 4 by running into its absence in production. The 6-layer model is a planning framework. Build these before you build the agents, or you will rebuild the agents 3 times. The stack bottom to top. Layer 1, compute and sandboxing, where agents actually execute code and take actions. Isolation is required. Agents that can write to arbitrary file systems or execute arbitrary processes are a security liability. E2B, modal and fly. EO compete here. Layer 2, identity and communication, how an agent authenticates to external services, how agents message each other. And how you audit who said what. OAuth for agents, structured message passing, audit logs. Layer 3, memory and statefulness, agents that forget context on every session are useless for long horizon tasks. Vector stores, conversation history, and structured memory graphs, Mem0, ZEP, and custom solutions. Layer 4, tools and integration. An agent without tools is a language model. Tools are what give agents reach into the real world: web browsing, database queries, file operations, API calls, code execution. The tool registry problem. As agent tool sets grow, managing which tools are available to which agents with what permission level becomes its own infrastructure problem. Layer 5, provisioning and billing, at scale. Agents are spun up and torn down dynamically. Who pays for what? How are token budgets allocated? How do you prevent runaway cost from an agent in an infinite loop? This layer is mostly solved by cloud providers, but almost never thought about before first production incident. Layer 6, orchestration and coordination. This is where multi-agent systems live and where the market gap is largest. Orchestration means which agent gets which task, in what order, with what information, and how do their outputs combine. Coordination means when agents disagree, when tasks conflict, when one agent needs the output of another before it can proceed, what happens? Current solutions are mostly bespoke. Teams write custom orchestration logic in Python. The market for a general orchestration layer, one that handles agent handoffs, goal decomposition, conflict resolution, and state synchronization, is largely unoccupied. That is the 445% inquiry numbers product implication. Platform risk across the stack. Building your agent stack means choosing vendors at each layer. Each choice creates a dependency. The compute provider goes down, your agents stop. The memory vendor changes its API, your agents lose context. The orchestration layer is discontinued, you rewrite your coordination logic. Platform risk is proportional to how deep the dependency goes. The layers closest to your agent's core logic, memory, orchestration, are the highest risk vendor choices. Own what you can, rent what you must, know which is which. A concrete example: a 5-agent customer research pipeline. Agent 1, web researcher, scrapes competitor sites and market reports. Agent 2, analyst, reads researcher output and extracts structured findings. Agent 3, synthesizer, combines findings into a research brief. Agent 4, writer, turns the brief into a deliverable document. Agent 5, quality reviewer, checks the document against requirements. What you need at each layer to run this: isolated execution per agent L1, each agent's web credentials L2, researcher output persisted for analyst L3, web browsing and document tools L4, cost budget per pipeline run L5, orchestration to sequence 5 agents with handoffs L6. You need all 6 before this works. Funding data as market signal. The 445% inquiry surge corresponds to meaningful funding activity. E2B raised $8 million for sandbox infrastructure. Mem0 raised $23 million for agent memory. Composio raised $21 million for tool integration. The orchestration layer has attracted less capital, which is either a gap or an indication that teams are solving it with custom code. The thesis: the orchestration market is where the value will eventually concentrate, because it is the layer closest to the agent's goal pursuit logic. Whoever solves general multi-agent coordination has the strategic position. Here is what the evidence shows. Your turn: take the multi-agent system you're building or planning. Draw the 6 layers. For each layer, what vendor or custom code are you using? What is the failure mode if that layer goes down? What would it cost to switch vendors? If you can't answer the failure mode question for any layer, that layer is not ready for production. Start with the layer that has the most unclear failure mode. That's the one that will surprise you first. The 6-layer agent infrastructure stack.